Welcome everyone to the
What are you doing
season
to me
2, episode
this.
1. Joshing Around Milwaukee. As always, I'm Josh Albrecht, and with me, as always,
this is Josh Albrecht right here. I don't know what you're trying to do to me. All of season 1, I started it, and you're jumping in season 2, trying to be the lead-in. Josh Albrecht is the lead-in.
Yeah, I know. That's why I started. I just thought maybe we'd switch things up since for season 2, we're doing some of these videos in a recording studio.
In the studio, and I get that. So it's a fresh new look for Joshing Around Milwaukee.
That's right.
And great to be back for season 2. And we've got our first episode here today. Excited to have a great conversation with our special guest. And here in studio with us is Beth Gleesing with Discover Wauwatosa.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 Joshes having some fun, 'cause 2 Joshes are better than 1.
Beth, great to see you.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we're excited to have you kicking off season 2. We know, even though it's Joshing Around Milwaukee, it's Milwaukee County and the Milwaukee region. So we're excited to have you come represent Wauwatosa and tell us all kinds of cool things happening in the Wauwatosa city this year. And there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. And, you know, we in Wauwatosa talk about the fact that we're Milwaukee's backyard. So it's all good. We like to be wrapped up in the conversation with Milwaukee. But yeah, a lot of exciting stuff happening this year. Our biggest event that's coming up in March is Tosa Restaurant Week.
Which is why we asked you here. We wanted to find out about Restaurant Week because there's so many amazing restaurants in Wauwatosa.
Cannot wait for this.
Josh, and we were joking earlier, if those who are watching right now and not listening, they see Josh has on hamburger attire because he's so hungry.
Cheeseburgers galore.
Yeah.
He's prepared.
Yes, he's ready for Restaurant Week.
Yes, he's fully prepared, which is great because we have 25 different locations in Wauwatosa participating in Tosa Restaurant Week. So it's March 14th through the 23rd. So it's actually 10 days.
Yeah.
Bridges 2 weekends. We want to give everybody plenty of time to get out and hit their favorite restaurants. And it's really exciting because one thing I can honestly say about Wauwatosa, we have a very diverse dining scene.
Yeah.
We have a lot of locally owned restaurants or, regionally owned restaurants where Wauwatosa is one of their locations. And it really makes it special because it's not a collection of restaurants that you're going to find anywhere else.
Yeah, that's so true. And also the other thing, I mean, for me, right or wrong, and I'm sure you get this a lot, like people forget how there's like little pockets of restaurants throughout the city too. So it's you can do a couple in one night if you want to get crazy and make your own progressive dinner. You can explore different areas of the city during Restaurant Week. I think that's a cool feature.
Yes, absolutely. We have what we call our 5 districts, which are essentially kind of neighborhoods or clusters throughout the city. And yeah, we have actually restaurants and locations from each of our 5 districts participating.
Nice.
So you do have your choice. And you can kind of make a loop through the city and hit up multiple locations over the course of the 10 days.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously there's some of the sort of older, maybe more established restaurants in Wauwatosa that people come back to year after year. Is anybody on the list, a newer restaurant that people might not know about that they should hear about and go explore?
We do have a couple of new locations. And to your point, we have some tried and true favorites. For instance, Ristorante Bartolotta is participating in Tosa Restaurant Week. So of course,
amazing.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong when you're talking about Chef Paul Bartolotta's original restaurant. Wauwatosa is the home to that. So that's great. And you get to experience the village when you go to a place like that. But we do have a couple of new locations. So one of our newer restaurants participating this year for the first time is Maggio's Wood-Fired Pizza.
Oh.
So they are on North Avenue in a historic building, and it's great. It's Neapolitan style pizza. They have the big, giant wood-fired oven. You can watch them make your pizza right there. You see it slide into that oven, and you see the flames. It's great.
Yeah, pizza cooks in like 30 seconds because the oven's like
isn't that always crazy?
The oven's like 700 degrees or something like that. So yeah, it's great. And they have been a really active member of the community since they opened. over the course of the last year. And so we're excited to have them participate.
Yeah. They're now, even though it's Wauwatosa, do they do the Milwaukee style pizza? Sausage, mushroom, onion.
They do.
Yeah. So you got to go tried and true.
Well, yeah. I mean, of course they do.
Yeah. You don't do anything crazy, do you? Do you add like sport peppers on there or something?
No. Come on. Just keep it classic. Let's not get too crazy. Speaking of getting crazy, though, I needed to ask this. This whole time I've been trying to do math and it's hurting my head. But so 25 restaurants, 10 days. So
love that you're trying to do math.
More than 2 a day. Some of the days.
Correct.
We'll get them all. Is there like a checklist or like you get your stamp? Yeah. You get a stamp to get them all?
You can go to the Discover Wauwatosa website.
Okay.
Or you can go directly. You can just type in Tosa Restaurant Week. It'll take you there. So you can pull the information up on your phone. You'll just have to do a mental checklist to know how many you've hit.
Okay.
One fortunate thing is a couple of our participating locations are not restaurants in the traditional sense, but they'll offer a sweet treat. For instance, we have 2 local chocolatiers that are participating.
Oh, darn.
I know, right? So that makes it a little bit easier because you can...
Those you can go to every day.
Yeah, right.
All the time. But you can go and after your dinner or after your lunch, swing by and grab, your little taste of chocolate.
Look, strategy is important.
It is. This guy plans out. He's already planned out a state fair. Yeah, Wisconsin State Fair menu. So he's planning. If
there's a set number of restaurants and a set number of days, you got to plan it out. You got to hit them all.
Yeah.
So this is good. This is good.
Okay. Just like Pokemon, you got to catch them all.
You got to catch them all. You got to go to them all. That's exactly right.
You got to do it.
And there's a wide variety. So, we mentioned Maggio's. So you got pizza. We mentioned Ristorante. They're doing a traditional 4-course experience. So, you've got Maggio's, which will give you your pizza in 2 minutes.
Yeah, right.
And you've got sit-down 4-course dining. But there's everything in between. We've got breakfast locations. Yeah. We've got $2 tacos. I mean, who does not want $2 tacos?
I will eat 1,000 of them.
Yeah. More math.
So
that's nope, can't get there.
But
that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot of tacos.
Yeah, a lot of tacos, pretty much. Yeah.
We've got craft cocktails. We've got desserts. Pretty much anything you can set your heart on.
Yeah,
we've got an offering for.
I mean, and that's actually not to veer from Restaurant Week because it's going to be an exciting time in Wauwatosa during that time, but. Really, I mean, it's like indicative of Wauwatosa. Like Wauwatosa, it might, as you said, sort of the backyard of Milwaukee. Maybe it's something that is maybe a little bit of a sleeper destination for someone who comes to the region maybe once or twice a year. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot to do throughout the city, and it's not just restaurants. There's a lot of cool shops to go to. Whether it's the Village or one of the other 5 districts. Besides Restaurant Week, let's say I'm coming. Got some friends from out of town coming for a Restaurant Week. I go out to lunch. I got the afternoon. What do you advise someone to do? What's a good afternoon activity between meals? What should they do when they're in town?
Okay, so we have a couple of really nice walkable districts in Tosa. So the Village being one of them. So, and the Village is home to not only dining, but a lot of locally owned boutiques. So, experiences where you can go shop and find things that you're not going to find everywhere else.
Right.
We have one of our other districts is 68th and Wells. It's one of our older parts of the city. Again, a lot of locally owned shops. They have a great locally owned toy store.
Oh, nice.
That is for everybody. They say it's for,
awesome.
Even for you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Even for you.
Write that down, yeah.
You can find a gift in there from anybody from 0 to 99 years old. I mean, it's a great place. So,
what's the name of the shop again? Sorry.
It's called Ruckus and Glee.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
And so it's super fun because you can park and, walk a couple of blocks and experience things that you're not going to find in any other community.
Yeah. Ruckus and Glee. I think that's our nicknames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, which one am I?
Well, I think it's obvious.
Okay. All right. I wanted to talk about too some of the places to grab a drink as well. I had a few people in town, and Wauwatosa was like a place where they were like, what is this? What am I getting into?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's an experience all in itself. It was an incredible time. And that was just one of the many places where we were trying to decide, all right, where in this, like, we can walk to all of this. Where do you guys want to go? And that's where we ended up landing. But so many great spots to stop.
Yeah.
So many great spots. And it does not matter what your beverage of choice is. We can line you up with something.
Yeah.
You know, Wauwatosa has the Caribbean and the Hawaiian feel to their cocktails, which is a fun experience. And sometimes when you see them make them, that's the experience alone.
Agreed.
Is watching those, mixologists behind the bar. So there's definitely a skill set there. But we also have a lot of great local breweries, that are represented in Tosa.
Right.
And sometimes Wauwatosa is their second location, but again, either regionally owned or Wisconsin owned places. So we've got Lion's Tail Brewing in Tosa in Midtown, which is another one of our great districts. Lion's Tail's relatively new to Tosa, only a few years old, opened to huge success. But we've also got smaller places like Gathering Place Brewery. They have a tap room in Tosa.
Yeah.
So that's super fun as well. That's East Tosa. And then if you want, a high-end cocktail experience, there's always, of course, Buckataben, which gives you your traditional supper club experience.
Yep.
So you can get the old fashioned, which is they're well known for, as well as Wisconsin style, of course.
Well, yes.
As well as ice cream drinks, because that's a whole, supper club experience is the ice cream drink.
Oh man. Sounds so good right now.
Daydreaming away.
I know it's been very difficult as I've been working on prepping for this, deciding like which of these locations do I want to stop at.
Like, I should do some research, probably stop in and make sure I'm.
You got to know, hey, when you're in tourism and when you're running tourism for a city, I being part of VISIT Milwaukee,
what would you know about
you have to know it, right? You have to go in. You have to try everything. It's a burden
we bear. It's the burden we bear as a tourist.
Yeah, poor you. Yeah, that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, so it's just one of those fun things. I did want to ask. So Wauwatosa, you've been affectionately calling it Tosa.
Mm-hmm.
At what stage are you allowed to refer to it as Tosa?
Tosa.
That's a good question.
Right? Like if I'm a visitor, can I immediately refer to it as Tosa, or do you have to earn Tosa?
So here's what we like to say. If you're not from southeastern Wisconsin, you probably don't know that Tosa is our nickname.
Right.
It's very local. Right. If you live in Tosa, you never ever say Wauwatosa. You refer to it as Tosa. And so, communities surrounding us know that. But if you're outside of that, you typically don't know. So you're going to call it Wauwatosa. But we like to have visitors come and once they're in the city, start calling it Tosa because then you feel like an insider.
Yeah, you're part of the community.
You're part of the club.
Yeah.
You know that it's Tosa.
Yeah.
And then you want to come back and hang out with us again.
Yeah,
absolutely. I like that answer too. That's a good answer. That's a good answer on that.
Yeah.
Because, like I've had a lot of friends that I've brought in from, other states and we're hanging out and you start just trying to name the different cities and then like they'll say Wauwatosa and I'll be like, that's weird. Oh, right. That you're correct. That is the name of
the proper name.
You're not wrong. You're wrong, but you're not wrong.
Right.
It's just Tosa.
Yeah.
So that's a good answer. I like that.
And then my other favorite thing, well, not favorite thing, but it's interesting anecdote, right, is the meaning of Wauwatosa.
The meaning of Wauwatosa, yes. So some folks know it, some don't. Wauwatosa is named for the Potawatomi chief Wauwatosa, and in the Potawatomi language, Wauwatosa means firefly. So
look at that.
Hence the backyard of Milwaukee, right?
The backyard of Milwaukee where all the fireflies are hanging out. So
from the beginning,
all coming together.
From the beginning.
Look at that.
So if you come to Wauwatosa and you notice a lot of firefly related things, that's why. Yep. So we embrace our firefly heritage.
Yeah, I love it. It's so good.
It is. Just like this Tosa Restaurant Week's going to be. I'm sorry, I can't stop thinking about it. This is going to be so awesome.
Yeah.
How many are we going to go to?
Well, we're trying to do the math.
No, I mean, I know how many I'm going to. How many are you going to come with me?
Well, at least the chocolate shops.
So I'm going to have to go to those at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah. And we were talking earlier when we were looking over some of the participating businesses. We were like, well, maybe we go for the double burger somewhere, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true. You have options.
Yeah, you have options.
So I think it's good. Maybe Cafe Hollander double burger.
I mean, awesome.
Yeah.
You get the burger, and for Tosa Restaurant Week, if you buy 2 burgers, you'll get a free dessert.
Let's buy 4 burgers.
Brilliant.
Well, we each need a dessert.
True.
So we have to buy 4 burgers.
There you go.
You're right.
Then you've got one to go, and you can take it home and have it later.
That is math I understand. That math I get. Yeah. To go
Every
math.
time you said,
Yes.
All right, what do I need to order so I make sure I'm taking
Get
something
a
home with me?
second one to go home. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Got it. Bring it up.
I love that.
Let's go.
So one of the other things, or a question I've got for you that we're going to be asking everybody this. So as we're in 2024, there's a lot happening in Milwaukee, in the region, and Wauwatosa is included with a lot of these big events coming to the city. One of the things we know is that Milwaukee's got some really great things going on. So it's our vibe is happening right now, right? So
it is.
I want to ask you. So what is it for you though right now about Milwaukee that's giving you some really great fresh city vibes? What's the thing getting you excited?
Okay. So Fresh City. Here's my take on that. Top Chef.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
This is so incredibly exciting for Milwaukee and for the region, so for us in Wauwatosa as well. Particularly, of course, because Chef Paul Bartolotta was one of the key folks who worked to help bring Top Chef to Milwaukee. Yeah. So, we have a little bit of Tosa pride in that.
Yeah.
But I really fully believe that this TV series is going to shine a fresh new light on Milwaukee, and people are going to be looking at the city in a way they have never looked at it before.
Oh, 100%. Right. It takes you to a whole nother level, opens up eyes that maybe weren't even looking in our direction in the past. And it's how fitting you've got a restaurant week, right? Like it's perfect. It's like it's timed.
It is a little bit of a coincidence.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a lucky coincidence because even if we weren't having Tosa Restaurant Week right now, I probably still would have said Top Chef is the new fresh thing in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, it really is.
It puts us on a whole nother platform.
Yeah. Well, it's worldwide, right? Like it's shown worldwide. It's on streaming platforms. It'll live beyond this year in reruns and streaming when other countries pick it up. And so it's just a great way to spread the word.
Yes, and one of Milwaukee's own chefs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is a contestant.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it's just going to bring a ton of culinary tourism. Wauwatosa is ripe for that tourism as well, for especially for culinary. As you were talking, where there was breweries, great coffee shops, great dessert places. It's a perfect opportunity for people to come and explore the city. And I think Wauwatosa is a great starting point for an adventure too. Like you can stay at one of the great hotels in Wauwatosa, maybe go shopping at the mall, maybe shopping downtown. Quick access to the interstate to get you to the zoo or down to the Harley Museum downtown.
Yep.
It's very convenient.
It is
home base.
So convenient. Exactly. It's you can have the benefit when you stay in Wauwatosa and you're in one of our hotels and you're dining in our restaurants. You kind of have the benefit of a little bit of a smaller community feel to it.
Yeah.
But we are probably 8 minutes from American Family Field. We are 15 minutes from Fiserv Forum. So if you're traveling to southeastern Wisconsin and you're headed to one of those destinations, you can stay in Tosa and still get to those places easily.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I love it.
Wauwatosa is not too far from my beloved Miller Valley as a High Life fan.
True.
Do you have a beer of choice in our region as the original brew city?
That's like the
do you have a beer of
choice?
That is very tough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will say up until this past summer, I probably would have told you Summer Shandy. Okay, big Line and Kugel Summer Shandy fan.
Yeah, Shandy.
But this last year in 2023, they brought out the Peach Shandy.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
I loved that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a great answer.
So
and then when you drive on the interstate and you see the big billboard, and are you just like,
oh, I need to stop everything I'm doing.
You just stop everything I'm doing and go to the caves now.
You immediately just like second guess, is this worth it? Like whatever I'm going to do? Because I could just make a U-turn.
I could be drinking a peach shandy right now.
Man,
instead I'm going to the
why
dentist.
Are we doing this instead of drinking a peach shandy? That's the question. Beth, before we let you go, so if people want to find out more information on Tosa Restaurant Week, they should go to
TosaRestaurantWeek.com.
And the dates for Tosa Restaurant Week.
March 14th to the 23rd.
Wonderful. Mark your calendars. It's going to be an awesome time.
Do the math.
You have time to do the math. Plan out your schedule. Plan out the restaurant so that, you're not doubling up on certain foods too close to each other. It's going to be a great time. Can't wait.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks to everyone for listening along to another amazing episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee, brought to you by Visit Milwaukee. If you're looking for something to do outside of Restaurant Week and Wauwatosa all year round, don't forget to go to visitmilwaukee.com. Josh, any parting words for you?
I'm just ready for a peach shandy. So
yeah,
no, that's it. Let's go. Actually, I'm going to go. Beth,
wait,
you want to go?
You can't leave. We're in the studio.
What? Let's go. Okay.
I can't believe you're leaving.
Yeah. See you guys.
We drove here together.
Nah. Come on, Beth.